We now move to Abuja, where the trial of 11 suspects linked to the killing of Arise News journalist Somtochukwu Maduagu and security guard Barnabas Danlami faced another setback today. Proceedings at the FCT High Court were stalled after the Nigerian Correctional Service failed to produce the defendants despite the presence of lawyers and witnesses ready to testify. Our correspondent Godfrey Eshomoge is at the court premises and joins us live with an update. Godfrey, what exactly transpired in court today and what explanation was given for the absence of the suspects?
Yes, good afternoon, Awa. Good afternoon. I'm at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory, right? The trial of the 11th suspect linked to the killing or to the death of Arise anchor and producer Somtochukwu Maduagu and Barnabas Danlami, a security guard, sometime on 29th of September. The trial was supposed to have commenced today, but at the point of commencement of the proceedings, the counsel for the prosecution, Adama Musa, informed the court that the defendants weren't present in court, and they said the correctional center told him that the defendants they weren't informed about the trial commencing today. So for that reason, they weren't prepared to be brought to court. So for that reason, the trial had to be stalled. So they had a way out, as it is. The judge, Mohammed Idris, now adjourned the matter till tomorrow, that's Tuesday, for the trial to get underway. And of course, there were 4 witnesses in court, present in court, to start off the case today. But then after the stalling of the case, the judge had to prevail on these witnesses to make sure they are present in court because they expressed concerns about their safety. And of course, having to leave their workplaces and taking permission to be away from work, to be in court, and then be told to come tomorrow. They didn't see that as convenient enough. But then the judge had to prevail on them to make sure they are present in court tomorrow for the trial to commence as scheduled. Of course, the defendants, 11 of them are standing trial for alleged involvement in the death of our own Somtochukwu Maduagu and the security guard Barnabas Danlami. They are facing 9-count charge bordering on conspiracy, armed robbery, and of course murder. So the trial proceedings is bound to commence tomorrow.
Well, Godfrey, thank you so much for that update. Could you also give us an idea of what we could expect tomorrow? I know it would be the official start of this, but barring any unforeseen circumstances, what should we expect tomorrow?
Well, of course, it's going to be a tense atmosphere as it is, because the publicity the report, this event has garnered so far is going to have a lot of media following. The defendants are going to be in court tomorrow, and this reportage that we are given, this publicity we are given to today's proceedings, is therefore going to make the authorities kind of sit up to make sure they do the needful. I wouldn't know whether it was due to clerical error or sheer negligence that the correctional services weren't aware that trial was supposed to start today, making them not to bring the defendants in court. So I want to believe that the correctional services will put their acts together and make sure the defendants come to court to face trial, for their alleged crime as it is. So we're going to expect a lot of fireworks tomorrow. We're going to expect to have more media presence at the court tomorrow. And of course, we're going to expect the authorities to be present here tomorrow. And we just hope there won't be some form of hostilities from the security operatives that are sure to beef up security at this very venue. That's at the High Court of the Federal Capital Territory right here in Jabi.
Well, Godfrey, I'd just like you to touch a bit more on the fact that the correctional services were not aware that the trial was supposed to kick off today. Who exactly should be blamed for that? It is quite surprising that they were not aware.
Well, it's quite surprising. The surprise is quite shocking, to put it mildly. But then it could be clerical error. Of course, there were 3 dates. After their arraignment on the 21st of January, after the arraignment of the defendants, of the 11 defendants, 3 dates were given, 9th, 10th, and 12th. that may be where the mix-up could have been from. Perhaps one of the dates was given as a date for commencement of trial. Perhaps that could be a conjecture. That could be a possibility. And then perhaps that was where the confusion stemmed from. The registrar perhaps may have given the wrong date for a hearing notice at some point. One wouldn't know what the issues are, but then one could only guess, fathom a guess, and perhaps think that may be where the issues came from. Because 3 dates were given for the hearing for the start of this trial, 9th, 10th, and 12th. If there was a mix-up at some point, it could be at that point. Which of the date was the date for the start of the trial? And then that was what the hearing notice would have had. Maybe 10th or 12th was given as a date for the start of trial. Well, perhaps that was where the confusion came from. And then the correctional services perhaps entered the wrong date, and that's why they didn't prepare the defendants to produce them in court for trial today.
Well, we sincerely hope that going forward there is no more confusion in order for justice to be sought for Somtochukwu and her family. Thank you so much for joining us this afternoon, Godfrey, and thanks for your reporting.